don't know if y'all saw where this guy had bought like this horse and carriage to take this young lady out. And everybody was like, yo, you're so mean. Like, I can't believe that, this dude's going all out. And she was just like, nah, she said she's afraid of animals. Anyway, she gets flamed on social media because that's what the red pillars do, right? So the red pillars to the middle, they don't like women. I will concede that.
Yeah, there is a group of men who don't like women.
Yeah, there is a group of men, right? So I went to Twitter because I was like, this story's kind of interesting. So I go there, and evidently a guy that knows her is tweeting about it, right? So he has her tweet, and he basically messages her, and he was like, hey, you getting ripped on Instagram right now. What's going on? And she was just like, she sends him a screenshot of the text message between the guy that bought the horse and buggy to take her out and her. And in the screenshot, he said, okay, no horse and buggy, right? Because she's already said no. He was like, let me take you out to Brooklyn Chop House tonight.
Shout out. I got a story for that later. Go ahead.
And she was like, well, let me know. She was like, I don't know. I'll let you know. So then she started talking to her, I guess her homeboy. And her homeboy is just like, yo, why didn't you go out with him? And she was just like, this is our first date. And I just met this dude 3 days ago.
That's ridiculous. Yo, y'all do too much.
Y'all do way too much. And I could not find a picture of her, but according to her homeboy, he's like, yeah, she is bad. Like,
what you gonna say it? You said it offline. You gotta say it here.
Hey, man, simps. Hey,
look, if the box is that good, keep it away from me.
Simps are out of control, but they're in charge, man.
Look, if the box is that great, I'm married. So definitely keep it away from
me. He ain't even got the box yet. She's just a beautiful woman, and he's losing his mind.
Yo, keep the box away from me and my co-host. Like, I can't lose my co-host to some fire. Hey,
man, it's a fire box out here, bruh. It ain't no lose my fucking shit box out of here.
So,
first curse word already.
Absolutely. Apologies. We didn't even do 2 minutes because, I got to chop off the first 45 seconds. It was funny, though. I went to New York this weekend, speaking of Brooklyn Chop House, and it was definitely interesting, bruh. It is, look, if you are a bird, if you are dating a bird, if you are about to take a bird out, definitely take her to Brooklyn Chop House.
Is it that good?
No, it's Bird Central.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, the food is straight, it's good. It wasn't as seasoned as I thought it would be. And that threw me off. Because you go to a black establishment, you expect, you expect high blood pressure.
They got to cook for everybody, though. That'd be the problem. But it was, the ambiance is beautiful. The location, we went to the one actually in Times Square, so that was cool. And it's black. You feel the blackness when you get there. Everybody that's working is black. And it's in Brooklyn. I'm guessing it's in Brooklyn.
Yeah, they got one in Brooklyn. They just put one up in Times Square.
So that's pretty cool. Then.
Yeah, and it's cool, but I'm there. Let me tell you about this bird who I was sitting by. I even got pictures of Shorty, man. I'm talking blonde hair, titty spilling out of her top. It wasn't a dress.
That didn't get dropped in the group chat.
Oh, she was hit. She wasn't cute.
Oh, she was hit. Oh.
Yeah, she wasn't cute. Mike.
Okay.
She wasn't fine. She ain't cute. It was bad. Look, so Shorty there, and so look at this, Mike. Nails long as hell, right? You know what I'm saying? Right up the alley of what I like, but this ain't.
But she wasn't cute enough.
She wasn't this. She wasn't that for me. Anyway, so we sitting there, and they take her chair away from across her table, right? And so she's sitting there, and so we laughing because one of the servers come by, he puts the chair back. She's like, no, because her and her homegirl are sitting beside each other. And he was like, oh, do y'all need a bigger table? She said, no, she ain't gonna be here. Don't worry about her. So her homegirl sitting there, and she said, our other party, he's in a wheelchair. They like, all right, cool, bet. And so she's sitting there, another server bring by. She's like, no. So she tells this dude, the server, hey, bring her drinks. Put it on the nigga tab who about to sit here. Don't tell him shit.
What?
So the dude server is looking at her like, wait, what? Me and Karina over here dying.
What?
Because we hearing this thing verbatim.
Good Lord.
Bruh, so her friend looking at me laughing like, he, like, don't say nothing. Because it's jacked up, right? Then so her friend comes there to
The audacity to just assume that he's gonna pay it.
Oh, they birds, bro, but I can spot the bird. I felt the birdness. I felt the feathers. Look, so the dude comes in, right? Because he has a driver. So he gets dropped off because he's handicapped. So he comes in, they put him at the table. Her friend is still there. So she's like, oh, girl, nice to meet you. She sent her friend. Bruh, they brung appetizers and drinks to the table. And the dude goes, I didn't order this. The girl's like, oh, no. I told you to send that to, she's like, oh, this is just for my friend. Don't worry about her. Sent the stuff to the bar because she sent her friend to the bar. When I tell you her friend was ordering food and they kept accidentally sending it to the table, it was all on his tab. This nigga didn't know. This man knew the owner. He knew a couple of servers. He was somebody, bruh. This girl FaceTimed like 4 people while we was sitting there. You know Voss water.
Yeah.
For those who not know, Voss water is filtered water, but it comes in a glass thing. It's expensive. You know, it's only like $7. But it's bougie water, right? This bitch put it in a cup. She put all the silverware in the Voss water, letting it soak to clean. Let me tell you something. That was a red flag for me. On the tip of women you do not date, if you take a shorty out and she decides she wants to hand clean the silverware that y'all at, I get it, I don't get it. Send her ass home. End the day, immediately send her home. If you don't trust the restaurant we eating at with the silverware, bring your own.
Yeah.
I'ma still judge you, but bring your own. But do not soak silverware.
Do not sit it in the cup.
And then it's not even hot water.
Yeah.
You sit it in cold $7 water.
Yeah, like you should have asked for like a hot tea.
Bruh. Then she FaceTiming, girl, look where I'm at, Brooklyn Chop House. It was amazing, bruh. When I say I was there crying, I do got videos.
That's why I tell y'all to get out these day naps, man. Like, this is...
Bruh. And the only thing I asked my wife was, should the owner have came up and be like, hey, bruh, do you want me in this date? Because clearly this was a setup. You know what I'm saying? Because she was FaceTime on a girl. She was like, yeah, you remember the dude when we was out who asked about me? Like, it was a setup, whatever. And I kept asking myself, like, let me ask you this. If you seen your boy and you know he dating a bird, would you tell him?
I mean, if he's just going out, I wouldn't like the first time.
So you gonna let him get burnt?
Man, look, well, I mean, you should know if you're dating a bird, bro. Like, if I want, first off, this is why you don't do dinner for your first date. Right? So first date should just be really, really light. So after work, you know, maybe appetizers, drinks, dessert. It should be really, really light. Like, if someone is saying, like, no, I want to eat, like, that should be a red flag. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're interested in me, I don't have to take you out for dinner. So that's what I'm saying. Like, dudes need to cut, because we know that a third of women per, the studies and stuff, on day naps just want food, right?
Absolutely.
So it's like, go ahead and just knock those out by just saying, like, nah, I want to grab, we can grab dessert. You know what I'm saying? We can grab drinks. Yeah. But do I want to grab dinner? No, absolutely not.
Especially not at Brooklyn Chop House. But yeah, shout out to her.
But, when you're trying to flex, here's the thing. When you try to flex and then a girl make you show her your muscles, that's on you.
That is on you.
That's on you, bro.
And I felt bad for my man, bro, because he sat there, he put his fist like on his head like he was just tired. Yeah. And I was tired. By the time,
how much you think that tab was?
Oh, before he even got there, the tab was at least the appetizers, the 3 drinks. It was probably at least close to like 100.
So it's like 100. So.
Before she got there. Now she told him, she's like, oh, what you want to drink, babe? I get it.
I'll get it.
This bitch meant she'll order it, right? And so he looked and he's like, I don't drink. She said, oh, okay, well, I don't want to get nothing else. Bruh, she ordered 2 drinks within like the next 30 minutes. And then I don't even know what her friend was ordering. Bruh, she was sending appetizers was getting sent to the table that neither one of them ordered. It was amazing.
That is crazy. Because the homegirl at the bar just ordering up.
So I know if we spent like $300, he probably got knocked for at least like 5 or 6 easily.
Hey, man.
Easily.
But you know what though? If you have it like that and it takes $500 to realize that you don't want to kick it with her no more, it's money well spent.
Look, I guess so. Shit, he
got it.
He spent $20 on water because they ain't even drink the first bottle of us.
Yeah, no, because she cleaning silverware with it. Idiots, bro.
Look, idiots. Yo, I want to welcome everybody to the Black Dads Club. We know what y'all here for. I ain't even finna do it. Look, I gave y'all 8 minutes, 9 minutes of bullshit because I know why y'all here. Y'all didn't wrote us on Facebook. Y'all didn't wrote us on Instagram, Twitter.
Yep.
I got to call my sister, my Charlotte sister, to the front of the congregation.
Come on down.
I was ready. If you don't know what we talking about Eboni K Williams. And Eboni, for all intents and purposes, I love you. Before we get into this, Eboni is a product of Charlotte from what we've learned. A CMS student. I know she went to Northwest. She left. She went to Chapel Hill. So she's North Carolina's girl.
Yeah.
It was amazing seeing Eboni on Fox News, not being afraid. But you felt bad for her because she looked drained on every Fox News episode. When she left, it was like, cool, she coming to give us the real. She was on the Breakfast Club a couple of times, which was super cool. She was breaking down law, explaining things. And then there was this term where Eboni, I saw it for myself, where entertainment was more important than law.
Hey, she said she's not an entertainer. She said she's an educator.
Okay, Eboni, you're a liar, and it's cool.
Because
a lot of us, look, if this podcast takes off, me and Mike didn't go to school for telecommunications.
No.
We definitely gonna dive full off once this shit take off. And it's okay.
But I mean, even us, like, we provide entertainment value, but
absolutely.
You know.
But if Revolt comes and say, yo, we gonna give y'all a contract to only post y'all podcast here, and the money looks right, we're gonna go full-fledged into journalism, communications, whatever the case may be, right? So, Eboni, when you go on reality TV, I understand what time we on. I understand what time you on, and I'm not mad at it.
She said that ain't what she doing, though.
Yeah, yo, women lie, yo. Y'all lie.
Eboni definitely.
Men lie, too.
Hey, she deflects so well, man.
The great deflector.
Hey,
is
at
what
that
she
Breakfast
is.
Club, they asked her, like, how is she pro-black, you know, considering who her ex-fiance is. She still ain't answered that question.
We still waiting. We watching and waiting.
She still ain't answered that one.
So let's start off. She was on, who is she? What's our sister name who was interviewing her?
Ayanna, Dr. Van Sant. And you know what? Let's start here, right?
Let's start there.
Let's start here, right?
Okay.
Ayanna was having a conversation with Eboni. And you know what? And I think it's important. And I have my own problems with Ayanna. I think that, because I think when she first came out, she made it to where it's the incessant complaining about black men was okay, right? And now it's just exacerbated to where we can't do anything right. And welcome to the Black Dads Club. If you don't know, we do shoot black men, nothing but cultural bail over here. Yeah. So do not wonder who we're pulling for, all right? We're pulling for the home team. And when Ayanna come out, it made it very, very problematic. Now, I think over time she realized, like, damn, it ain't really the bros as much as we making it out to be the bros. Because her last few years have been massively different than her first, 10 or 15.
Yeah.
But to that point, though, there's a verse. And it's the letter. It's not, I know y'all like to say stuff for scripture. It's not really scripture. The letters aren't really scriptures. But she says, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior becometh of, holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things. So she's saying, like, yo, the older women, this is the behavior that we expect of older women. Okay. But then there's a responsibility, he says, that they teach the young women, right, to be sober, love their husbands, love their children, right?
Absolutely.
I wanted to put that verse in there because the majority of everybody listening to us, black, grew up in the church. Yeah. And to our white listeners, most of y'all proclaim to be Christian, right? It's not,
allegedly.
Yeah, definitely allegedly. But I wanted to quote that verse because we're about to go here today because Ayanna was talking to Eboni.
Yes.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was there any men on this panel?
Not at all.
Was the panel about anything regarding the mental health of black men?
Not at all.
Was it about the financial standing of black men?
Not at all.
Was it about black fatherhood?
Not at all.
How the hell are we in this conversation?
Well, we in this conversation because Eboni threw her alley hoop, and I love when people say, "Hey, I'm not here to bash black men," blah 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 blah, and then goes off, right? And basically, she asked Eboni back a question: would you date a bus driver? There was a pause. Now, I want everybody to look at that video and look at Eboni's pause and that slow-ass blink she was doing. And that told me...
It was sarcastic.
Yeah, because she was like, I know pause. You're not asking me.
I know you, exactly is what it was, like, right?
And so...
Me?
Yeah, and then Eboni's response was, yo, if he owns the bus. Now, two things I have a problem with. I don't think it's a bus driver in America who thinks that Eboni Williams would date a bus driver. I'm gonna just put it like that. Eboni Williams, for all intents and purposes, I don't care about her saying that, she used to be doing legal work for only $50 an hour a couple years ago, how she was, doing whatever. Eboni Williams is, to me, a part of the 1%. And that's fine. If not, she's a part of the 10%.
She's definitely part of the 5%.
And look, nobody expects that person to be dating somebody that's making anywhere between 30 to 50 grand a year. You
That's
know,
not what bus drivers make, but I get your point.
no. Well, it all depends because I'm going to shoot for the high end bus driver. I'm not even talking about the school bus drivers.
Yeah, these city bus drivers get paid, man. I have an aunt that started off driving buses in DC, and she's retired from the system.
Yeah.
But obviously she didn't drive buses for the duration. But dude, like that woman banks. That woman is like six figures on top of six figures.
So here's the thing, but the reason why I'm shooting there is because I don't want to include the school bus drivers who making $13 an hour, and I don't want the ones who in the union who will shut a whole city down if they don't get paid what they want. So I'm gonna shoot in the middle. Nobody's looking at Eboni and saying, "Hey, you in the 5%, and yes, we expect you to date a bus driver." I don't think no bus driver is saying that. Yeah. Also, my other biggest problem was she gave a city girl type response, and she ain't living a city girl lifestyle, and we will get to that later.
It was definitely but I think that's the audience today, right?
Yeah.
And I think she, it's first off, it's the griot, right? The griot is nothing but pandering.
Which is
Black
the
men
network
left the griot years ago.
Absolutely.
So that whole arena is just pander freaking city right now.
Uh-huh.
So it was a city girl response.
Yes.
I don't think anybody expects her to date a bus driver. But Eboni did what I've seen her do in every clip that I've watched thus far. Now, I'm not a fan of Eboni K Williams, right? So I have not watched all things Eboni K.
Okay.
But Ayanna was trying to go to a deeper conversation.
She was.
She wasn't trying to say, Eboni, you should date a bus driver.
No.
She was trying to talk about the attributes that you want in a man. Are you able to recognize those attributes in anybody, right? Because if you can recognize those attributes in anybody, then you can choose from whatever shelf you want to choose from.
Well, so, and then the other funny part was they ended that conversation, or that clip, excuse me, because I believe in marketing, and Mike would say, and we talked about this earlier this week, we was on another podcast, and I believe in marketing, so I understand that when Eboni got done, she said, that's the clip it, put it out. It's clickbaity, it's going to start an argument.
I don't even know if her producer probably did the way that you be clipping, our clip, right?
Well, absolutely. But But it's been times when you hit me up, not on lately, because I be finding it.
You
know what I'm saying?
You own it. You know it now.
Back in the day, used to be like, yo, start here, around this area, something was said, we need to clip it. Yeah. I believe Eboni knew, yo, this bus driver conversation is the one. And they get women with this every couple of years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, the average man at 30 makes 30 grand. Would you date him? Or 40 grand? Cool. That becomes a strong topic. It's like, yo, who eats first at the dinner table? Your dad or your husband? You know what I'm saying? They get them with the simple shit.
This is true.
And so here's another one, right? Because now you got Joe Budden talking about it. Now you doing a tour on the Breakfast Club with what we'll get to on it. You doing response videos. It is the hottest topic at the moment. Now, we get done, but the topic, going back was, yo, let's talk about accountability of women and why do they feel like they should be able to date outside of their weight class and it's acceptable. And Ayanna even said to her, hey, there's this thing that you do where, not you, but women, we don't have certain attributes, but we expect our man to. Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Since then, have we had that conversation?
We have not had that conversation.
Cool.
And what's funny is on a couple times on the pod, we're mentioning it, right? Because as I always point out, yo, if you are the boss, right? If you're at the top, there isn't any more top.
Yeah.
Right? Like
there's a ceiling somewhere.
Yeah, there's a ceiling, right? So it's like, as men typically do date down.
Yeah.
Traditionally, men have dated down. Still probably are dating down, right? If women ascend to the top, right, where do they expect to go? Part of being a boss is understanding that, like, yo, it's going to be everybody, underneath me.
Facts.
So Eboni, I get it. She dated this guy and she's no longer with him. But Ayanna trying to get to the point, if you find everything you want in a man and he's not on your level, can you recognize it? Can you get with this man and perhaps bring him up?
Perhaps. But they don't like doing that,
They don't. They
Tia and Tamara, whichever the sister was who got
get to that.
My man walking. She did enough. All right, all right. Shout out to God. I love you. I'm grateful. The Lord allowed me grace because I was coming in here to shoot Eboni some bail. I was ready. And I was ready because, like I said earlier, no man, I believe, is looking at Eboni saying, yo, you should go date a bus driver. So her response was on brand. It was cool. Me personally, I can't speak for nobody else. If Ebony was my wife, would she be dating me? And if I was on a bus, whatever. But if she was my daughter, my sister, my cousin, whatever, and said, hey, you think I should date a bus driver? Without knowing anything on the surface, just as quick as she responded, it would be no.
But the problem with that is, right, if I walk in the Crave, right, and, I'm dressed nice, I see a woman at the bar, she's dressed nice, we don't know what one another do.
Absolutely.
So it should be a vibe there, right? And if we vibe, and then, if she tells me, oh, yeah, I mean, I'm a stripper, I'm in town, for a show this weekend, right?
Yeah, you not finna date her, though.
You know what I'm saying? As a man, though, you got to be like, okay, everything was great, but the job that you have doesn't vibe with the lifestyle that I want.
Absolutely.
Right? That's a conversation to have, though, right? Because here's the thing. If she is that gorgeous and if the conversation was that amazing, you're going to figure out, all right, let me see what accommodations I'm willing to make.
Yeah.
You might not date her for real, but you gonna give it a college try. You're gonna be like, let me see for a sec.
If a stripper came up to me and said I was dancing, I would be like, all right, cool, sis, we good. We could be friends.
Yeah.
But that's me.
But that's my point, though, right? You would at least be like, well, let's be friends.
Yeah.
And how many relationships have been born out of friendship?
Absolutely. But this was a quick on the gun. I'm asking Ebony a question. Ebony is clearly shocked with that slow ass blink. I'm gonna go back to that slow ass blink.
Well, she deflected though, and then the conversation changed.
Well, it changed because then she followed up. Now, granted, the reason why I'm thanking God is because I was gonna shoot Ebony a bunch of bail, and then the pod got pushed back one day because I had to work. Literally, one day makes a difference, dog.
Yeah.
And then this video comes out. Let me play this BS. Hold on.
So out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only saw a handful that even considered the possibility of a bus owner being a more aspirational position and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pouring into the ascension of black men when I said what I said. But see, no, some of y'all were too busy naming and shaming me personally and black women in general as undesirable, gold diggers, and much worse. Now, I suspect that some of y'all are the same men that were bringing home C's and D's on your report cards, only to then be coddled by parents that said, well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best.
How do we get in this conversation?
Well, listen, I love and believe in the excellence of black men. So no, my dear, C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay. No, I will not create a soft place for you or anybody that I love to fall comfortably into the bigotry of low expectations.
That's the problem.
So I'm going to say one more time. There's absolutely nothing wrong with driving a bus. My mother, Gloria, drove one for years.
Now you threw your mom under the bus.
But could it be that black America has been sold a narrative of average, regular, and typical being good enough for us? Well, see, that's called white supremacy. And in this case, it takes the form of conditioning black Americans to happily accept being a permanent American underclass.
What does that fuck me for?
But see, because I know the truth about black folk in America. No, average is not and will never be good enough for me. And the gag is, I don't think it's good enough for you either.
You know what's funny to me?
She thought that would walk the concrete light right there.
You know what's the joke for me? You ever look at a woman, you could tell why her man left her? That whole conversation, like the popping of the lips, the condescending conversation.
The misdirection, the redirection, the straw mans that's being built. Like, okay, we're talking about, first off, that conversation between you and Ayanna, all right? The comment section don't have a goddamn thing to do with y'all two, right? I saw somebody that said something, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this when our shit get way bigger. My job is to create content. Your job is to leave comments. Absolutely. It is not my job to make comments on my content.
Look, absolutely. So we looking at this, and the problem I had was I love a good double down. I do. Doubling down allows me to not mistaken if you meant what you said.
You meant what you said.
Or you forgot something. Me and you have given facts that we found out was not facts, and we come in correct.
Yeah, we come back and be like, yeah, we kind of off on that a little bit.
Look, or I missaid this word. I meant to throw this word in there because, doing this is hard.
Yes.
When you have a live podcast, you can get a lot wrong.
Yep.
But it is your job to correct.
Yep.
And deal with the blowback, but you got to correct.
Yep.
Sis came in and said, fuck all that. I'm doubling down. And I'm going to now pull black men into the conversation, even though this was never about y'all.
It's never about us. Like, okay,
she said that in the last video. This ain't about them.
Even if black men are in the comment section making those comments, and she was getting scorched, I ain't gonna lie. but Ebony, it's your job to ignore the comments, hon. Like, that is your job, right?
Facts.
Like, there's times that we'll post something and I'll look at a comment, and I'll be like, I'm just not going to respond, right? Because there's no win.
They call me Tobias in every video we post. And if you don't know, Tobias is he's a albino actor. They call me that every episode. I would laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? They be mad. They call me misogynistic. They call us all types of shit.
I mean, it's going to happen. You know, again, the biggest thing, our job is to create content. Is your job to leave comments.
Facts.
Thank you for leaving comments, right? Now, if you go personal, if you're telling me you coming to my house, you're gonna do something to my kid. All right, now I'm about to get your IP, right?
Yeah,
and we'll see each other in person. We won't even see each other in the comment section. We'll actually see each other in person. But outside of that, it's like, yo, Ebony, like, yes, you're getting scorched, but you said what you said. You've doubled down on it. Facts. Now this is just yours.
Yeah, you got to deal with it.
And what's crazy is we're not even talking about Dr. Von Stein.
Nah, we're not even talking about women accountability.
We ain't even, and it's like, yo, like, but that was the conversation. You know, that's what's ironic about this, is that they're willing to pick a whole fucking fight with somebody that they had didn't bother them at all.
Facts.
Rather than have a conversation about accountability.
Imagine this. Black men were sitting at home, minding their business.
Watching the playoffs. Not even paying attention. Yo, women want to have their own section. They want to have their own spaces where they can feel safe and comfortable with each other. Yes.
And she was having that with a good doctor. And they were sitting over there, black men doing whatever. We get thrown in
there. We
there.
were literally watching LeBron.
Look, and then you wake up and say, yo, y'all C&D, students.
What you say fuck me for?
Yeah, basically. And it was just like, yo... And then the joke is...
That's what 50 Cent of everybody. I don't know why I keep saying that.
Bruh, then the joke is you saying all this, and then you have the ability to... Look, Mark Lamont Hill, I'm highly disappointed in you, bruh.
He tried for a sec, though. That's what's funny about his clip, is that he actually, for a second, was going to be reasonable.
Yeah.
And then he was like...
This man gets on it.
Off-brand.
And look, bruh, you from Philly, so I already know you know what time it is. Yo, she got up there, you up here saying, yo, I understand, I stand with her, but then for you to get that spicy little line at the end talking about some, yeah, bruhs, because they do get to a point where we start dating outside our race. Meanwhile, Ebony just broken up with her man, who was white, by the way.
Yeah.
And you doing all this about black men.
I honestly, I get why the brother, he's not a brother, excuse me. I get why dude left because, so during COVID, I had to go look at a little backstory. He was like, yo, I'd rather stay with my kids than to get sheltered in their place with Ebony. And after watching her on the Breakfast Club this morning, I get it. I can't really even fault him. I get why he was like, you know what?
Bruh, because in all intents, Ebony's sitting here. You go on the Breakfast Club today. Mike watched it. I saw clips. I heard when Mike was playing part of it, and I knew I didn't need to watch none of that because I knew what was going on. Going on there.
She was rough. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, look. We got DJ Envy up there. First of all, I got a whole problem with the whole setup.
I actually like the beige rage meter. That actually is pretty funny.
The Breakfast Club is funny. Like
the beige rage meter is actually
the Breakfast Club is still...
I don't watch it, but
I watch highlight clips because I don't have time anymore. But we sit there and you going up there. You got Envy emotional. And Ebony is... Look, I love how she keeps pointing out how emotional he is. Even though she ain't been emotional for the last 72 hours. Then you got Charlemagne, who would be the one to press her. But they're friends.
I think y'all about to say, I think it's a personal relationship.
Yeah, it's a personal...
They're friends.
From the Carolinas, Ebony's been up there multiple times.
Which is why he should have been the one to press her.
Absolutely.
That should have been coming from, Charlemagne and not Envy. But to your point, she kept pressing Envy, and I like the way the Envy stood his ground. He did. Because Envy don't do that a lot on there, from what I've seen.
He'll curve it, go sit outside. He'll leave an interview if he feel like
it. Yeah. But I like the way that he was like, nah, like this is what you said. You standing on it, but here's where you should feel that you was wrong. And she kept trying to project onto him, like, oh, well, this is how you feel. This is a projection. And I mean, no offense, I'm pretty sure Envy makes like 7 figures hosting the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, no, Envy make money.
Yeah, like he's not projecting his insecurity of lack of money out here. He's actually trying to have a reasonable conversation, and she's not trying to do that. And they're like, yo, real talk, dude, it goes back to if a woman is not considerate, compassionate, and cooperative, that's a woman you don't even date at all, right?
Absolutely.
Considerate, compassionate, and cooperative. If she's not that, the triple C, you can't even date her, right? Like if she can't make any consideration, if she's not cooperative at all, like, bruh, she has no compassion, right? She has no compassion for the and she keeps saying, that's not what I'm saying, right?
Fact.
But then she keeps bringing in the term mediocre, and it's like, yo, we ain't using mediocre as in it's a C, right? She said CD student, right?
Yeah.
So that's a 1.5 GPA. That's not
Absolutely.
even a 2 GPA, right?
Yeah, they might not get to college.
Yeah, so it's like they're not going to college. Not for a while. They got to take a few years off.
They got to go to CP.
Yeah.
Community college. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I did it.
But
I was
yes,
16
I mean that was very, very, and like let's play the clip from the Breakfast Club because she
you sent
said
it to
something
me.
here.
Hold on.
She said something here that I want everybody to hear because I get a lot of the defense of Ebony is, well, this is what women have to do when they're bosses and no one is handling their business and doing everything. Like, play that clip real quick here. 'Cause I want you to hear what I heard.
When I'll be honest, I tell Ayanna, I say, sis, doctor, soror, talk to me about what you would recommend Black women do in terms of our posture and positioning. When you're right, I am showing up in a posture of building, providing, and protecting my own self. I'm showing
Stop it
up
right
in
there.
masculine energy, as you would call it.
Whoa.
All right. So she said that she's showing the masculine energy, right? And the women
Yes.
are showing up with the masculine energy. And she's saying, I'm having to plan and provide and protect. She left one of those P's out. So I am misquoting her a little bit. But she's saying, I'm having to do this in my masculine energy, right? For who? Who she say she was doing it for?
Well, you
She was saying she was doing it for herself.
Absolutely.
She's doing it for herself. This is why women need to stay out of the masculine energy and the masculine conversation altogether. Because you misunderstand what masculinity is, right? When a man is in his masculine energy and he's providing, he's protecting, he's planning, right?
Yeah.
He's doing all those things for who?
His family.
His family, right? It's not even what she said. She has no intentions
Facts.
of caring for a husband. She has no intentions. This is gonna sound real contrite, but even children, right? Because you can actually find where Ebony, after she left the last dude, she had stated that she was going to focus on being a mother and having a child on her own. And we know that when you bring children up without fathers, that it puts them at a disadvantage. That is a selfishness.
Well,
right?
they not C's and D students because she said parents.
Well, it's the
Now that's a joke in itself.
Yeah, it is, right?
She made sure she didn't throw single Black women under
Yes,
the bus.
she made sure she didn't.
Absolutely. I
Despite
love
the
that
fact that
part.
we know how kids are being raised right now.
Absolutely.
And it is pandering on her part. And I want the fellas to recognize that when a woman has that kind of selfish energy, right? Well, she don't have the energy that I want to do it for the family, right? Then you got to recognize that woman is never going to adore you. She's never going to respect you, and she's never going to celebrate you. She's going to want all those things for herself, right? She wants to be in her masculine energy, but her being in her masculine energy does zero for the home.
Absolutely. All in all, to put a button on this, yo, sis, do better, yo. Also, I tell y'all,
Dude, keep doing what you do. Keep making this content, keep putting it out so we can keep seeing it in the comment section. You know what? In like the last 5 years, I was able to clean my whole Facebook feed out.
Oh, yeah.
Of
fair.
people that I should not be friends with. I was able to unfriend because it's like, yo, that negative energy is going to come into your life.
Facts.
And what happens is you end up being friends with people, or you end up thinking someone is a friend, and you end up putting yourself in a situation to where that person can emotionally harm you, right? Like there's been times in my life where like, yo, I know I'm being taken advantage of, right?
Yeah.
Whether it was like I had to buy something, I had to do something, right?
Yeah.
I got to get a repair done, all right? I have to get something fixed. You know you're being taken advantage of, and why in the moment it bothers you, you don't really have a choice, right?
Yeah.
So people who clearly take advantage of you like, all right, that don't really bother me. What always really fucks a person up is when it was somebody that they thought really rocked with them.
absolutely.
Fucks them over, right? Like, my first girlfriend, when I co-signed on that fucking car,
God, dog.
and she got that shit repo, and I'm like,
We got her.
what the fuck?
We got him.
Right? It was like, that messed with me because it was like, yo, I did something out of love for you.
Facts.
This is how you repaid me. Now that was 20 years ago. It's not trauma. It's not something I even care about. But
It's okay,
it was
bro.
it
Still hurt.
was a good lesson though, right? But it hurt because it wasn't somebody that I knew was gonna fuck me over. It was somebody that I never expected to. So no, let Eboni and them make these clips, man. Like I love them.
Well,
I love them.
Hey, I told y'all this a couple months ago, and I will keep saying this a couple months from now. It's 2 ways to get your clips to go viral on the internet.
Yep.
Bash black men or play with black women emotions.
And that shit go be
And like here, it did it. Also, I love a good marketing scheme. Now, Eboni, I'm gonna give you this. This marketing is amazing. You actually nailed 2 in your viral clip, right? Black women and black men. You did that.
I still don't know how black men got to this clip.
I still don't. But she had to make sure it hit, right?
I have no idea.
Because now because in marketing, if you are defensive or you go off on an offense and it ain't going well, the first thing to do is to make yourself like a victim. They teach you this in marketing. I'm trying to tell y'all something I know they teach. You got to figure out how you was taken advantage of. So she gets on there, she makes a clip, say, yo, look, I'm going to talk about all black women. Y'all was hurting. You was calling me out my name. You was talking about the way I look. She went there, right?
Yeah.
So now she makes herself as a victim, but she still takes shots and she still toys with black women's emotional.
Definitely take a shot.
You know, so you get to do that, right? And you condescending all over. But cool. Then you got to say your network is looking at you like, hey, yo, we hot as fish grease right now. How do we make this work?
Man.
Well, you got to, look, you can't go on Joe Budden tomorrow and talk because he don't like guests. Joe Rogan definitely ain't gonna talk to your black ass, so we don't know what you gonna do. Who else? We can send you on these girl podcasts, but they ain't working too well. We can't send you on Revolt because nobody watched, but you can go to the Breakfast Club, right? She goes to the Breakfast Club on a PR, and look, I love how her book is right in front of her. It's blocking half of her chest.
Yeah.
But we know what time it is. So guess what's gonna happen, y'all? Next week, nobody's gonna be talking about this bus.
No, and we shouldn't either because we done wasted 26 minutes on her rude ass.
Oh, absolutely. And so then what's gonna end up happening is we're gonna give her a month. She gonna leave this network because they're gonna realize like this shit ain't gonna happen no more. It's not happening for her. And then she gotta come up with somewhere else. Or she gonna try another reality show, even though you ain't on entertainment. But good luck, sis. It was definitely interesting. And yo, shout out to all the bus drivers. Y'all are needed, appreciated. And some of you city girls out there, y'all need to go to the nearest bus that y'all be riding on, and you need an extra driver. Is he single?
Here's the thing, though. I don't. This attitude is the attitude of the community, right? Like, Eboni doesn't have to live in the space, and she does. Eboni's college educated. She went to the cute, daintily black girl, college capital of the world, which is Chapel Hill.
Shout out.
She's law grad.
Yeah.
She got access to, dudes with money, and she's still single. And she wants a baby, right? Now think about that. Think about why that is the way that it is. Like, how can a woman have this kind of access to every community, not just black athletes or entertainers who's going to be the wealthiest of black men, not just white men, in the financial district who is going to be typically the wealthiest of white men. Woman has access to all these places. And she was writing an article about having a baby by herself. Like, at some point, there should be some kind of self-reflection that's going on. And as anybody who's listening to this pod right now, perhaps we should look at ourselves and see, why am I really single, right?
Look, absolutely, especially if you like Eboni. And I've dated across the spectrum. Look, I only dated one person that wasn't black. Y'all be on my bumper, but y'all let that sis get all that shit off.
Yeah.
Shout out to that. That still be getting on my nerves.
Men can't have preferences, you know that.
Absolutely. That was the comments. The comments are amazing. People's like, this is her preference. This is her preference.
Yeah. Men can't have preferences.
Like I tell everybody, men understand women's preferences way before y'all do. Now, we throw it in y'all faces a lot, and I will say that the media make sure they throw men's preferences in women's faces a lot, and it ain't fair. But we know how y'all feel. Y'all make it be known. I only date dark-skinned dudes. Okay, bitch, get out my face.
Do not care.
They don't like y'all. All right. Look, we got a couple more minutes before we close this pod. But I got to give it up to my co-host because, we be ahead of the curve on some stuff.
We do, sometimes too far ahead of the curve.
Because a couple of pods ago, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, Mike asked me what I thought about Brian McKnight. And because I knew nothing, I said, I don't have no problem with him. Like, he ain't did nothing to me. I don't know nothing about it. And so Mike was like, yeah, well, he really don't F with his kids, and he be saying a lot of reckless stuff. Do you think it's fair? And I was like, nah, but, hey, in all intents and purposes, we left it at, you don't know what his relationship with his kids or what they may or may not done with him. I'm here to say, I don't care what them kids did. Brian McKnight, bruh, somebody got to whoop your ass.
Hey, Brian McKnight was singing One Last Cry to his kid.
Bruh, this man has
I got to put you out of my mind.
I don't know who in the last 2-3 months have made themselves look worse. Marcus Houston or Brian McKnight.
Both should stay off of social media.
Both should delete social media and shut up forever.
Yeah, both should, for real.
Brian McKnight is out here saying that his heart has never been open before since...
Has never been more full.
More full.
With his stepdaughter, right? In a photograph, of him buying her a Beamer. Mind you, I just read that his daughter had to sue him a couple years ago. His actual other daughter, like actual blood daughter, right?
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, the actual blood daughter that was born while he was married to the two sons' mother. Brian McKnight is a fuck boy.
He is.
He's Derek fucking Jackson, man.
Damn.
Because think about this, dude. It's always the dudes that say everything that women want to hear.
The Simps.
That do this shit that we never imagined doing, right?
Bruh.
Like, look, if I had an outside baby on my wife and my wife still was like,
Dwayne Wade.
I'm gonna keep you, I'm gonna fuck with you, I'm gonna rock with you. I'd be like, you know what? That's a good woman.
That's a great
That
woman.
is a good woman.
I deserve the world. You deserve the world.
I'd be like, that's a good woman, man. I will definitely make sure I try not to do that, knock on wood.
I won't do that again.
Like, hey, yeah. But it's like, that is a good woman, right? So look, when they got divorced, I get it. Divorce happened, you split up.
Yeah.
But, I even get when you like, yo, these boys are spoiled. They're not doing what they need to be doing. I need to cut them off. But you tell me that you don't love your sons enough to not post pictures with somebody else's kid. And this is why I always tell y'all, I always have a problem with this stepdad thing where dudes come in and be like, yo, this is my house and this is my family. And it's like, look,
Russell Wilson.
Brian McKnight is doing it from the other side, right? He's the guy that's coming in and taking care of the stepkids, right?
Yeah.
We normally talk about it from the biological dad side that he can't get his kids, right?
Yeah.
Brian McKnight has took the stepkids in and is like, yo, fuck my kid.
Bruh, unprecedented. Let me tell you what's classic.
Yeah.
Naming your son Brian McKnight Jr. when you already named your other son. That shit is wild.
Brian McKnight has literally hit the reset button on life. Like,
this nigga is top tier.
He has the Men in Black little thing that you flash in your eyes.
Bruh.
Like, he has
top tier.
They say that the two daughters go to the same school.
Bruh.
And he's posting the stepdaughter. Like, Brian, all jokes aside, dude, your sons are men. You kind of messing with your life right now, just
Absolutely.
a little bit.
It's sick almost.
You
It's
playing with
weird.
your life a little bit with young lions, bro. Young lions haven't fully matured to understand restraint.
Look,
and you out here poking them,
bruh. It was sad. It's been weird. For those who follow me and were like, yo, you ain't been posting about it, it's because we talked about this a while ago.
Yeah.
And y'all just not catching up. This is why y'all need to send this to all your friends and family so they can be on it early. But yeah, it was definitely interesting, man. And then Marcus Houston, I know we ain't really got you on the board here. You got to shut the hell up.
Yeah, you got to shut. I don't know enough to really go in on you, but I will say I know that you need to shut the hell up because what are you doing, dude?
Bruh.
You cannot go on a tour talking about how women your age are too traumatized, and you literally married a teenager, right? And I'm not going to defend. I'm not going to offend. I'm not going to say what's right. I'm not going to say what's wrong.
I'm about to say it.
I don't know the whole situation.
I don't need it.
But I will say, you got to shut the fuck up.
You got to. Bruh, I don't know what's up with you dudes who like young girls. Like, I'm sorry. I was 18. I was not looking at 18-year-old girls. Sorry. It was cool, but it was always like weird when we used to be at the college parties as like sophomore, and you'll see a dude who was like, yo, I graduated 2 years ago, still there. It's even weird for me. Like when these niggas be at these little frat parties and they brothers be there who be like 5 years removed from college and they be showing up to these. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Y'all creepy. And y'all only like 25 and y'all talking to 22-year-olds. And I be like, yo, bro, like, y'all kind of
25 to 22 is not
it's not bad,
like,
but when we at college,
I mean, you shouldn't be on college parties. But
that's what I'm saying.
Because I mean, we do play like women do not reach up as high as they can to get the resources that they can. So,
absolutely.
Like that's playing a part of it too. But that conversation is not a conversation that you can really have without giving both sides their full credit.
Absolutely. Oh, no. I'm willing to do that.
Yeah.
Like when you're in high school, there's that time when you talk to a girl and she be like, oh, my boyfriend's at college. And this shit is weird. Right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But to do that college, he don't never say, I got a girl still in high school.
No,
it don't
no,
matter
no,
if he a freshman.
Well,
and his
because
girl's
nobody's
a
being
senior.
faithful in college.
Absolutely. So we're going to erase that. But when you leave college, when you graduate college, you got 1 year to keep going back to that school, and it's for homecoming. And then after that, you can go to the homecoming football game or you can go to the yard. It's cool. But when you dudes be staying there, y'all be showing up, y'all be coming to the college parties, y'all got to be all ingratiated with fucking 18 to 22-year-olds. The shit is fucking weird.
Well, now you talk about fraternities now.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. Them niggas know they weird. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter. And then
because most other dudes be like, oh,
gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
You talk about fraternity.
So I'm talking about the frat boys. Look, weird. Now you got Marcus Houston, who in his 30s, and his girl has been 18 for all of 12 hours talking about now we decided to date. You are a creep, sir. And you got to shut up because you keep talking and you keep giving women ammo to make sure that you, to talk shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, again, he's taking on a target that's too big for him to try to tame. Like, this is not the conversation for you to be having, Marquise Houston.
Absolutely.
Marcus Houston, Howard has said. Marquise.
And now I'm joining. He said Marquise. Look, now I'm judging all the songs that used to be slaps back in the day from you.
Well, I mean, even same thing with Brian, though, right? Like,
well,
it's fuck boy. Look, here's the thing. It is fuck boy music, man. At some point, we do have to recognize that, like, not even we. Men recognize this. The ladies got to recognize that when a man is telling you everything you want to hear, he is lying.
He is playing the game.
He's playing the game, man, because like all these dudes, Derrick Jackson, everything women want to say. Brian McKnight has been played.
You seen his wife?
Derrick Jackson?
Yeah, his ex-wife. She losing weight, man.
Yeah, she is losing weight.
I ain't got no comment on that. I'm going to leave it alone. Let the bus pass, Mike.
I ain't gonna touch it.
Let the bus pass.
But,
she took that damn bonnet off.
Yeah, but it's like, all these dudes are making Brian McKnight. You play Brian McKnight at more wins than Stevie Wonder.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's like, this dude is a real true to life fuck boy, right? Look, first off, y'all know this is the Black Dads Club. So this pod is all about fatherhood. That includes your biological kids. Like we have a homie that's trying to come on right now, like, I want to come in here and talk. And we like, nah, bro, get your custody here first.
Please.
Like, this ain't where you show up.
Shit we be used against you.
Get your court order, then come on here and gripe. And we'll do that in the future, right? To try to give men the platform to where they can get it off their chest. Because we don't have spaces to.
We need to set up a Google number and y'all can call and just go off.
Just go off.
You can just play it here. That should be. Laws. That's when we can get the people to come in and talk. Put on the voicemail. Law said he got some dudes that could turn this shit up. But he said we got to be ready. Get ghetto.
Dude, that's the thing. Like we across all platforms, right? Like the brother want to come on. He's an actor out of the A.
Yeah.
So it's like, we across the spectrum with all men. We are with the bus drivers, the truck drivers, all the way up to the dudes with PhDs. Black men have always had a space where we could all congregate, hang out, come in together, and that's what the Black Dads Club is. It is a community.
Absolutely. Before we get out of here, how you feel about sports?
Y'all
up 1-1.
Yeah.
You down 0-2.
Heat straight.
You think y'all gonna win?
Dude, I didn't think we were gonna win the first round. So everything is a bonus from this point right now. It is all bonus for me right now.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I'm surprised at the Knicks, but it's all about matchups. They in last matchup. If you would have told me at the beginning of the season they was gonna beat Cleveland in the first round, I would have been like, it's a joke.
Yeah.
But they beat them, and
Cleveland look bad.
Cleveland look real bad. I don't know what happened.
They look raggedy.
Yeah, I ain't know what happened because that looked bad. And then it is what it is. The Suns, I'm predicting they gonna. I don't even want to say it, dog.
Y'all ain't looking good.
We're not looking good. CP out for the next two rounds. For y'all don't know, anywhere Katie is, I'm there. All right. This nigga can go play in the WNBA next week. I will be a Stars fan. It does not matter. But look, I look at it like this. I said before the season, when Katie first got there, I said, I don't know who the Suns think Chris Paul is about to guard, but he can't guard nobody. It definitely reminds me of when Steve Nash was playing for the Lakers and Laker fans were excited. And I'm like, well, he can't stop Tony Parker, Russell Westbrook, CP3 at that time. He can't stop nobody. He gonna get cooked every game. And CP3, same thing. But anyway, it's there. Denver is deep. I don't know. This Golden State and Lakers shit. Golden State, let me tell you this, and this is for Eds and Eds only. If Golden State doesn't win in 5, I'm talking shit. and they won't.
Are they gonna win tonight?
Nah, I don't think so. But
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see.
It's gonna be-
I ain't gonna make any predictions to
I don't know.
conference final time.
Absolutely. How you feel about the NFL draft?
I mean, we got
y'all
a kicker. We got a safety. We're
Y'all got
good.
a kicker?
Yeah, we needed a kicker. Robbie Gold is retired. Yeah,
Man, if y'all don't go get one off the practice squad or somewhere,
man,
y'all did not draft a kicker.
Yes, the best kickers are drafted all the time. Like when you go and try to get the free agent kickers and stuff, they cost you too much money. You go get the young boys who are the best in college, and you put them on your team, and you have them there for 15 years.
What draft pick? What round did y'all waste a kick on?
Third.
Oh
Early.
my God.
Early.
Yo.
It was a compensatory pick though, but it was still early. It's a compensatory pick. Like,
Mike, what is wrong with y'all?
dude,
I don't know shit about football, by the way, but I know you don't get no kicker in the third round.
Every player we drafted is going to play next year. So that's what I love about our draft.
That's good.
And Bryce Young is my height, which is cool.
Look, don't do that. Bryce Young, look, Bryce Young, if you want to come on here, you can come on here. Bryce Young, you better keep your ass away from Bettisford, Sugar Creek, W.T. Harris, University, Albemarle Road.
Hey, just stay uptown, Charlotte, and Valentine.
Bruh, stay within
That's all
the
you gotta do.
277 loop, bruh.
Yeah.
And then
Valentine and
the
uptown,
277 loop.
You'll be good.
That's
to go.
it. Please, bruh, if you need any help, and don't trust nobody. Charlotte is good. It's safe. They'll treat you right. But, yo, don't get caught up with these chicks, dog.
Facts.
And we really ain't got the scammers. That's the scammer girls. They really come up from Atlanta, but you'll find that out later. Anyway, yo, make sure, tune in June 10th. Look, at 2:00, tickets are available. Go get you a ticket. Tell your friend, tell your homegirl. I already got a feeling y'all ain't finna get tickets and y'all just about to pull up. And that's fine.
I got a feeling too.
I already see how y'all doing because y'all letting us know that y'all coming. So I already see what type of time it is. Look, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in, for sharing the love. Shout out to Laws in the studio.
Oh, May 19th, we're going to be with Alpha Nail Care.
Alpha Male. Shout out to Sheena, man. I'm going to see her today.
Where are we going to be at? Where is it?
Premium Outlets.
Premium Outlet?
Yes.
So is that the same place?
Yeah, it's the same place.
Premium Outlet.
Inside the No Grease Premium Outlets.
May 19th,
location.
make sure y'all show up. We're going to be hosting that. That'll be a good time.
It's going to be funny.
Summer's going to be booming, man.
Look, summer is here.
That's all I got, man.
Look, and that's all we got. And look, I say this every
dad
episode.
tip of the week.
Oh.
Before we get out of here.
I'm about to cuss these niggas out. Go ahead.
Yeah, dad tip of the week, man. Hey, I saw something that a dude had did online. He was he asked his kid, like, yo, how can I be a better dad? And, to see what kind of response he'd get from the kid. So I did that with my son. I was like, hey, what can I do to be a better dad? And sure enough, he had an opinion. So one of the things he was like, if I ever talk to you and it's important or an emergency, he was like, you listen. But he was like, he said that if it's not important or an emergency, he said, I don't feel that you listen as well. And I was just like, that's probably valid because I really don't. Because kids, they talk all the time. They always want something. They always need something.
Bruh, they tell you the stupidest shit.
But they paying attention, man. And they want it to be important to you. And I think that was important just to get out here for you guys to be like, hey, go ask your kids that. I'm not saying that you don't listen to your kids. Y'all probably do listen better than I listen. Any wife that I probably have will probably agree that I don't listen if it's not important. So,
Jesus Christ.
Hey, all y'all out there, man, go home, ask your kids, be like, yo,
I'm going to ask mine today.
What can I do? Oh, you trying to take it. That's a cheat code. Ask them in 5 years. Ask your kids, what can I do to be a better dad to you?
I'm going to ask my nephew that. He 10. He got a smart-ass mouth, so I already know he got some shit to say.
and see what he going to say. Because, I mean, those are always areas of improvement.
All right. That'll work, man. Yo, I want to thank y'all for listening. We're going to holler at y'all next time.
Holler at your boy.